So, last little things getting cleaned up in the yard. Last little bit of lunch getting cleaned up. Tools being put away. It is now approximately 3:15 p.m. on Friday afternoon. We are all but finished, as you know I like to say. So let's take a look. Change of pace today. Instead of the darkest variety, you have the pewter wood variety of the Landmark Pro Dimensional Shingle. Again, you have ridge vent where there was no ventilation installed throughout all 40 feet of ridge length on the main. You have the entire space of ridge length over the dormer. The only area, as per the estimate provided by the homeowners, was to replace what was existing here. Again, that was that aluminum exposed ventilation. The odd thing about that, when we pulled that up, there was not even a ridge cut. So it was just housing insects, was not functional. So in fact, we did put that 8 feet of length of ventilation back there, but it's now installed correctly so that air is able to escape through the ridge in that home or in that back room. Again, there are double doors, glass doors right here. So everyone in the home is able to, from this room, see what's going on in the yard. And again, we don't want that room to be not able to let, hot air out in that dead space, which again is going to be the portion where your flat ceiling, right, is just below the peak or the ridge of your slopes where they meet. That's called the ridge. And everything in between that dead space, again, very difficult to keep that area cool in the summer or warm in the winter if there's no way for air to get in and out of it. So we have that ridge vent now installed, certainteed ridge vent throughout the entire length. Again, there was none on the garage. It's now installed throughout the garage. It's a little bit too windy up here today with the lighter variety shingle, color variety shingle, and in combination with the wind. I just don't want any overspray on the shingles. It'd be a lot more unforgiving than if it was a max definition charcoal black. We'll be using the same color variety on the next roof that we're doing. I believe that's the choice that was made. So stay tuned, folks. But yeah, if you take a look, you'll see here everything is properly done. And it looks really good. The valleys look perfect. The hump, everything looks perfect. And finally, you see we swapped out these two pipe collars here and here. Another interesting thing I just want to call to attention at ground level right now. This entire area right in front of me, I'm standing in front of it, but if you get to a certain trajectory down on the lawn, you'll see a lot of these are lifting. I had to remind the homeowner that at this time of year, right, the shingle is still malleable, but it's not gummy the way it would be in July. So in July, the same thing is prevalent. In fact, it's so much more malleable that the shingles that are at the bottom of the pallet, keep in mind there's about another 5,000 pounds of shingles on top of that. And because this shingle doesn't lay flat like a 3-tab shingle, right, it's going to compress and it's going to mold and it's not going to lay flat. It's going to need some time to settle. But I was just showing that standing directly over those areas where from the ground it still appears that, they're lifted. I'm walking that area right now. I can feel the areas where they are protruding. But again, once this area settles, we will not have any issues here because it's installed correctly. And It's a shingle, again, that affords the homeowner the 50-year transferable warranty from CertainTeed because of the shingle package that was used. And yeah, it's just another signature roof done here in Winslow Township. And we'll check back with you later in the week. We might have more in store.